Welcome to the University of Southern Indiana. In the event of an emergency, please follow directions as provided. In the event the arena needs to be evacuated, please remain calm and proceed to the nearest marked exit and make your way outside the facility where you will be directed to a safe area. Thank you and enjoy the event.
So this is forever and ever, and we're good?
Good morning. My name is Shelley Blunt, and I serve as the Provost, the Chief Academic Officer for the university. As the Grand Marshal, I have the distinct honor of proclaiming the opening of this inauguration ceremony for Stephen J. Bridges, 5th President of the University of Southern Indiana.
seated if you're standing. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Liberty Arena, home of the Screaming Eagles. I am Kendra Strupp, Vice President for for Marketing and Communication. That was his old job. I don't know why that came out. I'm not going to take your job, Steve. It is my great privilege to serve as host for this important ceremony. We are honored to gather together today for this special occasion, the inauguration of Stephen J. Bridges as the 5th president of the University of Southern Indiana and the first USI graduate to hold this esteemed position. Today we celebrate not only his leadership, but the university's proud legacy over 6 decades. It's the theme today, built on purpose, built on purpose. At this time, we invite you to enjoy the singing of the national anthem by the University of Southern Indiana Chamber Choir under the direction of Mr. Daniel Craig. Following the anthem, the colors will be posted in silence by the cadets of the University of Southern Indiana Reserve Officer Training Corps. All are invited to stand as you are able. Please stand.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. It is now my privilege to introduce someone who knows today's honoree very well and offers a family perspective on this celebration. One of President and Mrs. Bridges' 3 children, Corey Bridges.
Well, it is an absolute pleasure to stand before you all today and celebrate the next chapter of this incredible institution. The inauguration of your new president is a milestone event for any university, but I can't help but find myself thinking, y'all are doing all this for my Little League coach? In all seriousness, it's a great day for our family. To see our father lead the school that he loves is a real pleasure. He started his first job here as a recent USI graduate when my mother was pregnant with me. Both of my sisters graduated from the University of Southern Indiana, and we grew up on this campus. While I did not technically attend university at USI, I was a ball boy for Bruce Pearl. And if you ever sat very close to Bruce's team huddles, that was a level 300 vocabulary course. This campus has grown and prospered since that time, and I know my father's leadership will only continue that great legacy. But today, I want you to hear a few things about who Steve Bridges is. He's the son of a farmer. Much of his childhood was spent opening seed bags on a flatbed and climbing on tractors. A farmer's son knows that serious labor is required for success. He also knows it's important to plant a seed even when you won't stand under the shade of that tree. He's an only child but has a huge extended family. His mother had 80 first cousins on just one side of her family. When you have that many relatives, every event is a public speaking engagement. He's an absolute sports nut, an avid fisherman. His heart is certainly in USI athletics. He only gives directions using waypoints that are restaurants, and he has an unhealthy obsession with his Oklahoma Joe smoker. That fact uniquely prepared him for his time with the fine folks at food service here. And in 59 years of life, he has had 2 employers, Sureway Grocery and the University of Southern Indiana. He has returned, thank you. He has returned the loyalty and love that this university has shown him by giving them his life's work. He is humble, and while he loves people, the fact that much of today revolves around him just is not his style. He is the guy who walks from the furthest parking spot so others can park close. He's the guy who speaks of others' accomplishments, not his own. And he's the guy who knows that pouring into people is the most important thing you can do in life. And now he's your president. We lend you our father and our pap, and we cannot wait to see the next chapter we all write together. Go Screaming Eagles.
Thank you very much, Corey. And if there's anything I know about President Bridges after working with him for 13 years is that he is so very proud of you all, and we are very proud to have you as our first family. In addition to celebrating President Bridges today, we also recognize our region, the tri-state community that has shaped his life and the life of this university. Our next musical selection, a medley of the following: Illinois, My Old Kentucky Home, and On the Banks of the Wabash, Far Away, reflect the connections we share with our neighbors and the roots that bind us. The selection is performed by the University of Southern Indiana Chamber Choir under the direction of Mr. Daniel Craig, Associate Professor of Music, and accompanied by Mr. Thomas Drury, Advanced Instructor of Music.
Comes an echo on the breeze, rustling through the revert to scenes of childhood, where I first received my lessons, nature's school. But one thing there is missing in the picture. Without her face, it seems so incomplete. I long to see my mother in the doorway, as she stood there years ago, her boy to greet. Oh, the moonlight's fair tonight along the Wabash. From the fields there comes the breath of new mown hay. Through the sycamores the candlelights are gleaming on the banks of the Wabash far away.
We now invite salutations, expressions of congratulation and partnership from state, local, and university leaders who support and strengthen our community. First, we'll have a video message from Indiana Governor Mike Braun, who is unable to be with us today. Those will be followed by Evansville Mayor Stephanie Terry, Ms. Jenny Garrison, Chair of our USI Administrative Senate, Ms. Abby Yates, Chair of USI Staff Council, Dr. Kyle Mara, Chair of USI Faculty Senate, Ms. Riley Lear, Class of 2013 and President of the USI Alumni Council, and Ms. Jean Blanton, Class of 2001, Chair of the USI Foundation Board. Let's start with the video message, please.
Governor Braun here. Good morning. Wish I could be with you in person today. USI has shown excellence in education over its 60-year history. The work that you do at USI makes our state a better place because over 70% of USI alumni stay here in Indiana. Today, I want to congratulate the whole USI community on the inauguration of your 5th president, Steve Bridges. President Bridges' journey to this day started as a USI student himself. Congratulations on this achievement and becoming the first alumnus to become USI president. I've toured USI's campus with President Bridges, and his passion for improving the student experience at USI was apparent. I know he'll do a great job in this new role. Congratulations again, and thank you all for what you do to make Indiana a great place to learn and live.
On behalf of the City of Evansville, it is my honor to bring you greetings and congratulations on this historic occasion. As the city's 35th mayor, I stand here with gratitude for the vision of those who came before us, including the late Mayor Frank F. McDonald Sr., whose belief in education helped lay the foundation for what would become the University of Southern Indiana. From those roots, USI has grown into a transformative force for our community and our region, shaping leaders, strengthening our workforce, and inspiring innovation that reaches far beyond our city limits. President Bridges, your leadership begins at a moment when the partnerships between our universities, our businesses, and our local government have never been more vital. I look forward to continuing the strong collaboration between the City of Evansville and the University of Southern Indiana as we work together to expand opportunity and build an even stronger future for all who call this community home. Congratulations to you, to the Board of Trustees, and to the entire USI community. We are proud to celebrate this new chapter with you and proud that USI continues to call the Evansville region home. When USI thrives, the City of Evansville thrives. Thank you and best wishes as you lead this great university forward.
President Bridges, on behalf of the university's administrators, I want to extend our warmest congratulations on this historic day. We remain deeply committed to fostering a supportive community of lifelong learning. This commitment is grounded in the students we serve and the Evansville community and state of Indiana that we're proud to represent. Together, we will continue to uphold the university's mission with integrity, purpose, and a shared commitment to excellence.
As Chair of Staff Council and as representative of the university's support staff, I am excited to congratulate you on your appointment as the 5th president of USI. It is my honor to pledge our continued efforts to nurture USI's mission by cultivating positive and kind interactions throughout the USI community and daring our employees as well as students to be the change that they want to see. Thank you.
President Bridges, as Faculty Senate Chair, I offer our congratulations and look forward to continuing the productive relationship we have built to advance university's academic mission. We're dedicated to inspiring our students through excellence in teaching, expanding knowledge through research and creative inquiry, and serving our community with purpose and integrity. Together, we will strengthen our foundation of scholarship and uphold the University of Southern Indiana's standards of excellence. Our university is stronger when the faculty and faculty senate and the administration collaborate and maintain open and honest communication. Thank you.
On behalf of this university's over 55,000 graduates, I bring you greetings. Today we welcome President Stephen J. Bridges, our first alumnus to serve as president, a distinction that honors the best of who we are. Those of us privileged to have worked with you already, and the thousands of alumni who will be honored to work with you in the future, pledge our support in your service to our alma mater. Congratulations, Mr. President, and we are grateful this is your home.
President Bridges, for more than 50 years, the University of Southern Indiana Foundation has been steadfast in its mission to attract, acquire, and manage charitable gifts in support of this university's goals. On behalf of the Foundation's Board of Directors, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to you on your presidency. We are pleased to have you, an alumnus and long-standing leader at this fine institution, leading the way as we continue to inspire alumni and friends to invest in the power of higher education and in the future of the university we proudly serve. Congratulations.
So while USI is a public university, we also recognize and celebrate a variety of faiths and beliefs that inspire our community. This next choral selection, Lead Me, Lord, reflects President Bridges' own guiding faith and devotion to purpose and service. It is performed by the University of Southern Indiana Chamber Choir, as well as members of the Evansville-Vanderburgh County School Corporation's Honors Choir and the Evansville Philharmonic Chorus, a meaningful collaboration that embodies our ongoing partnership with the community that we proudly serve. They are under the direction of Andrea Drury. Pardon me, of Dan. Please go right ahead.
Blessed are the poor in spirit, longing for their Lord, for God's coming kingdom shall be theirs. Blessed Blessed are the sorrowing, for they shall be consoled, and the meek shall come to rule the world. Lead me, Lord, by the light of truth, to seek and to find the narrow way. Be my way, be my truth, be my life, my Lord, and lead me, Lord, today.
Blessed are the merciful, for mercy shall be theirs, and the pure in heart shall see their God. Blessed are they whose hunger only holiness can fill, for I say they shall be satisfied. Lead me, Lord, by the light of truth, to seek and to find the narrow way. Be my way, be my truth, be my life, my Lord, and lead me, Lord, today.
Blessed are they who through their lifetime sow the seeds of peace. All will call them children of the Lord. Blessed are you, though persecuted in your holy life, for in heaven great is your reward.
Lead me, Lord,
By the light of light, to seek and to find the narrow way. Be my way, be my truth, my life, and lead me, Lord, today. And lead me, Lord, today.
We all need people who recognize our potential. We're honored to hear from someone who played a meaningful role in President Bridges' professional journey and whose insight captures the spirit of this moment. Please welcome former USI employee and friend to President Bridges, Marilyn Schmidt.
I'm just glad that I didn't have to follow Corey, who's kind of a one-man stand-up comic. When I retired from the university 23 years ago, I swore I would never again make another public speak. And yet, here I am. I was director of the Career Services Office for 18 years. Some of you may know it as the placement office, which is really a misnomer because we never placed anybody. We helped students find the best way to sell their best self to employers, and thus they placed themselves. In any case, in 18 years, I saw a lot of students come and go. And one of our cardinal rules was always that we never recommended one student over another. I can only think in 18 years that I have violated that one time. One day, Mike Whipple, who I think was at that time the university controller, came to the office to interview candidates for a staff accounting position in the business office. And at the end of the day, he had probably interviewed 9 or 10 students, all of whom were graduating in at least the next 6 months. But as he left, he said, "You know, I'm impressed with that Steve Bridges. What do you think?" I first met Steve during the fall of his senior year. And over the next few weeks, I'd had an opportunity to evaluate his work ethic, his attention to detail, his ability to set priorities, and also his commitment to his future career, as well as to the university. The other thing I noticed was his sense of humor. And that's significant because at that time, I don't know about now, but at that time, if you were going to work in the university accounting office, you needed to have a sense of humor. But anyhow, back to Michael's question, what did I think? And I said, you will not find a candidate who is a better fit with your department and for the university. And so Steve got the job, and you all know the rest. Over the next 30 plus years, the university presented him with a variety of challenges, all of which he met with expertise and hard work and an eye toward the future of the university as well as its present state, and probably with a little bit of that sense of humor, which is why we're here today. You see, Steve Bridges was the perfect candidate for that job 30 plus years ago, and he's the perfect candidate now.
Thank you, Marilyn, and to your husband, Dick, who I know made the trip from North Carolina to be with us here today. We appreciate your thoughtful remarks. At the heart of today's ceremony is the investiture, which is the formal conferral of authority upon the university's fifth president. Joining us today are members of the Board of University of Southern Indiana trustees. All trustees are appointed by Governor of Indiana. Would the trustees please stand as your name is called, and please hold your applause until all are standing. Chairperson Christina Ryan. First Vice Chair John Dunn. Second Vice Chair Wayne Kinney, class of 1977. Board Secretary Jeff Knight. Trustee Christine Keck. Trustee Glenn Kissel. Trustee Ron Romaine, class of 1973. And student trustee Michael Soliday, class of 2027. We also thank our local legislative delegation, our area elected public officials, and their representatives. All of you offer tremendous support to this institution. Would you please stand and be recognized? Any elected official or public representative, thank you. We now invite to the podium Chris Ryan, Chair of the USI Board of Trustees, who will be assisted by President Emeritus Dr. H. Ray Hoops, President Emerita Dr. Linda L. M. Bennett, and former President Dr. Ronald S. Rochon.
Steve Bridges, will you please come forward? In addition, First Lady Rosemary Bridges, will you please come to the stage? As Chair of the University of Southern Indiana Board of Trustees, I recognize you, Stephen J. Bridges, as President of the University of Southern Indiana, and invest in you the power and authority pertaining to that office. I charge you to use that power and authority to foster excellence in teaching and learning so that all who come here may profit under your leadership from this university. Your desire to elevate the number of students we serve, enhance academic achievement, and applaud athletic successes at USI. Together with the clear dedication you have shown this institution for over 36 years are noble, and you are deserving of our full support. The university mace is an important symbol of your office representing the authority of the faculty and administration while reflecting the tradition of this university. We entrust it in your safekeeping. The Presidential Medallion signifies the responsibility and rightful authority invested in the office of the President, and the grave responsibility you have to respect that office. As Chair of the Board of Trustees of the University of Southern Indiana, it is my honor to present you the 5th President of the University of Southern Indiana, President Stephen J. Bridges.
Good morning, and what a great morning it is. I begin today with gratitude to all of you for being here today. Your presence here means more to me than you will ever know. Gratitude to those who spent countless hours planning and preparing this day. It's sort of an academic wedding, if you didn't know. And they told me I was the bride. Gratitude to the Board of Trustees for your faith in me, for this extraordinary opportunity to serve our campus, our community, and my fellow alumni. Gratitude to my family, my best constant in life. The reason behind all I do, my wife Rosemary, my son Corey, his wife Emily, with children Ella, Hayden, Jack, and Maggie. My daughter Emma, Abby and her husband Jake, and their child Rosalind. They're here in this front row, and I could not be more proud of them. And thanks be to God, not just for today, but for every precious day that we are given. Corey mentioned this, but those who know me well know that I prefer to deflect from myself and toward the university or toward others. That's our humble USI way. Today may bear my name as the 5th president of the University of Southern Indiana, but this day's larger than any one person. Today belongs to those who founded this institution, to the business community who had the vision to create it, to the alumni who have carried our name into the world, to our donors and supporters in the state of Indiana. We are stronger together, and I have the distinct honor to help lead this extraordinary collective. To be named president of my alma mater is one of the greatest honors of my life. As a first-generation college student, I began my path unsure of the end destination. Yet the decision has been reaffirmed day after day, year after year, opportunity after opportunity. I would not have changed a thing about my decision or my path. I am reminded of my high school yearbook and the poem written on the first few pages, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Many of you know it, but I'm going to read it today because it's really important to my journey. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. At a time of uncertainty and countless choices, I read it and I reread it, returning to it in years that followed. Like many of you, my friends went in different directions. Some of them chose the same path I did, but that path eventually led me to USI. That was the right choice for me. I can say with confidence that I took the road less traveled, and that has made all the difference. I came here with purpose, and today is the pinnacle of that decision. To stand here today is to reflect on this great institution and its founding purpose. The story of USI is an incredible one, and I am fortunate to be a part of it. This university was built to serve students like me, first generation, limited resources, seeking an affordable education close to home, working while studying, and committed to making a difference in their own community. This place was built for a purpose, and that purpose found me. The core values of USI, integrity, transformative learning, a welcoming environment for all, and deep engagement with our community are all values that shape who I am as well. I remember Pat O'Daniel telling me of his father, Joe O'Daniel, who was one of the business leaders instrumental in our founding. As the two left Solebron, their retirement community nearby, Joe would point to campus and say, "See that over there? That's the best thing I ever did." Joe did not attend college, but he knew the importance of a public higher education institution for this region's development. He was right then, and he remains right today. A degree from the University of Southern Indiana is a powerful investment and holds extraordinary value for our community and beyond. I believe the path to success for USI is both history-driven and forward-looking. Often to move forward, you retrace your steps and return to where you began. And yes, the path will contain challenges, but there'll never be a time without them. But success lies in how we navigate those challenges. We must follow the purpose for which we were built, adjust our path when needed, and never forget from where we came. USI has always had an edge, a resilience, a grit. That edge comes from our very purpose, from the challenges we face and the ways we prevailed. It is what separates us, it is what distinguishes us, and what weaves into the fabric of who we are as an institution and who I am as a servant leader. Even today, the music selections you hear were chosen with our story in mind. Songs that connect Kentucky, Indiana, and Illinois, the tri-state region that is our home. Songs that speak to faith, which guides so many of us. Songs that remind us that our reach is broad, but our roots are deep. I hail from Henderson, Kentucky. I spent much of my life on a farm in El Dorado, Illinois, my mother's birthplace. I am proud to be an Evansville West Sider. Hopefully you saw me doing my food reviews on the Fall Festival. Each connection ties me to our founding purpose and to the community we serve. Purpose is a powerful binder. So why? Where do we go from here? We start with our core values. We start with what's right. We stay the course when possible, and we change direction when necessary, always with purpose. That means increasing our enrollment. We seek to welcome 3,000 more students in the next 5 years. We must build on our demonstrated success and create new paths forward. We must execute with excellence, outpacing others on a similar journey. Why? Because USI was founded by business leaders to drive the talent pipeline of this area, to meet the workforce needs of our region and state, to provide opportunities for families across the Midwest. Providing a quality education at a reasonable price, affordability and accessibility remains our responsibility. Why? Because a degree must be worth the investment, offering return for students, family, and communities. My parents sacrificed for me to have this opportunity. Many of yours have as well. And many of you, like me, now make sacrifices for your own children and grandchildren. The cycle of opportunity is the legacy of USI. I went from a first-generation college student to 3 children who have college degrees. It's exponential. Financial sustainability, we must be wise stewards of the resources entrusted to us. The why? Because those dollars were hard-earned, given with faith that we would use them well. To honor that trust is our obligation. To do what is right is our calling. Serving our region and state, we must continue to be an engine for growth. The why? Because this is our foundational purpose. It's why we were established, and we will double down on that mission. These whys are not abstract. They are tangible, lived realities. They are embodied in students I meet daily, in families who gather around kitchen tables to weigh the cost of higher education, in faculty and staff who give their lives to teaching and mentoring, and in alumni who carry the USI story into the world. At my core, I'm a husband, a father, and you heard of Pap. Rosemary and I have built our lives around faith, love, and service. Corey and Emily, Emma, Abby, and Jake, and now our 5 beautiful grandchildren remind me every day of why we do what we do. Earlier, you heard from Marilyn Schmidt, who once recommended me for my very first job at USI. She has no idea, although I tell her, what impact she had on me and how happy I was that she was here today. Her husband said she wouldn't do this speech, but she did. And you heard from my son, Corey, who shared stories that, while humbling, remind me that this university has been the backdrop of our entire family's lives. To both of them, I'm grateful for believing in me, for loving in me, and for holding me accountable to the man I strive to be. This institution was and is built on purpose. It is built to open doors, built to transform lives, built to change the trajectory of families just like it did for mine. To quote a family friend who once watched me stock shelves in the grocery store in Henderson and now sees me as president of USI, she said, "You are the American dream." And yet I know that this is not my dream alone. This institution gave me the path, and it has given 55,000 other alumni the same. So I ask you, can you imagine this community without USI? Can you imagine our region without this campus, without this faculty, without our graduates? Imagine the loss of talent, the loss of opportunity, and the loss of hope. Now imagine instead the future we can build together. One where USI continues to shine as a beacon of grit, hospitality, and creativity. One where we live out our daily purpose, ensuring that every student, no matter their background, finds a home here and a future built on possibility. The sun shines brightly on the University of Southern Indiana. Together we will build, we will serve, and we will thrive, all on purpose. Go Screaming Eagles.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my home. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home.
They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world can be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world can be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
If that doesn't touch your heart, I'm not sure what does. We'd like to thank the EVSC Honors Choir members, the Evansville Philharmonic Chorus members, and the USI Chamber Choir and their talented directors for their beautiful music today. And would you please join me in another round of applause? And now, as an alumna myself of this great institution, 2022 proving you're never too old to learn, I invite all my alumni USI graduates here on the stage, including the president, to please join me in standing, and our honorary degree candidates as well, if you'd please join us. Honorary degree, yep. Okay, so now it's your turn. For those of you in the audience who are USI alumni, would you please join us in standing? Take a moment to look around. Please remain standing. This is the power of a USI education. And now, as you are able with the rest of the audience, please stand for our alma mater, constant, faithful, and true.
Where the north meets the south and the east meets the west, where roads cross tall fields of grain, where Evansville stands on the Ohio's ascents, may we evermore hear that refrain. USI, USI, constant, faithful, and true, we'll remember our home wherever we roam. In our hearts we'll be loyal to you. On these grounds, by the people, for the people endowed, we honor the red, blue, and white, and that name we'll hold dear to the end of our years, as we lift up our voices on high. USI, USI, constant, faithful, and true, we'll remember our home wherever we roam. In our hearts we'll be loyal to you. In our hearts we'll be loyal to you.
Thank you, and you may be seated. Gives you goosies, doesn't it, Dr. Rashawn? On behalf of the University of Southern Indiana, thank you for giving us the gift of your presence here today. You are invited to a luncheon reception immediately following in the adjacent Screaming Eagles complex. We'd ask you to remain in your seats until the investiture party has exited the building, and the ushers are going to be directing you to get you to the right place. Thank you again for being in attendance today. It's been a great day. Grand Marshal Blunt, would you conclude our ceremony?